Beowulf, translated by Lesslie Hall. Book 29, Beowulf and Hygelac. Then the brave one departed, his band along with him, seeking the seashore, the sea marches treading, the wide-stretching shores. The world candle glimmered, the sun from the southward. They proceeded then onward, early arriving where they heard that the troop lord, Ongentheow's slayer, excellent, youthful folk prince and warrior, was distributing jewels, close in his castle. The coming of Beowulf was announced in a message quickly to Hygelac, that the folk troop's defender forth to the palace, the linden companion alive was advancing, secure from the combat courtward a-going. The building was early inward made ready for the foot-going guests, as the good one had ordered. He sat by the man then who had lived through the struggle, kinsman by kinsman, when the king of the people had in lordly language saluted the dear one, in words that were formal. The daughter of Hereth coursed through the building, carrying mead cups. She loved the retainers, tendered the beakers to the high-minded Geatman. Hygelac gan then, pleasantly plying his companion with questions in the high-towering palace. A curious interest tormented his spirit. What meaning to see in the sea-geat's adventures? Beowulf worthy, how throve your journeying, when thou thoughtest suddenly, far o'er the salt streams, to seek and encounter a battle at Heorot? Hast bettered for Hrothgar, the famous folk leader, his far-published sorrows, any at all. In agony billows I mused upon torture, distrusted the journey of the beloved liegeman. I long time did pray thee by no means to seek out the murderous spirit, to suffer the South Danes themselves to decide on, grappling with Grendel. To God I am thankful to be suffered to see thee safe from thy journey. Beowulf answered, Bairn of old Ecgtheow, 'tis hidden by no means, Hygelac chieftain, from many of men, the meeting so famous. What mournful moments of me and of Grendel were passed in the place where he pressing affliction on the victory Scyldings scathefully brought, anguish forever, that all I avenged, so that any under heaven of the kinsmen of Grendel needeth not boast of that cry in the morning, who longest liveth of the loth-going kindred, encompassed my moorland. I came in my journey to the royal ring hall, Hrothgar to greet there. Soon did the famous scion of Hathdene, when he understood fully the spirit that led me, assign me a seat with the son of his bosom. The troop was in joyance, meedly greater neath arch of the ether not ever beheld I mid hall-building holders. The high-famed queen, peace-tie of peoples, oft passed through the building, cheered the young troopers. She oft tendered a hero a beautiful ring-band, ere she went to her sitting. Oft the daughters of Hrothgar, in view of the courtiers, to the earls at the end the ale-vessel carried, whom freeware I heard then hall-sitter's title, with nail-adorned jewels she gave to the heroes. Gold-bedecked youthful, to the glad son of Froda her faith has been plighted. The friend of the Scyldings, the guard of the kingdom, hath given his sanction, and counts it a vantage for a part of the quarrels, a portion of hatred to pay with the woman. Somewhere not rarely, when the ruler has fallen, the life-taking lance relaxeth its fury for a brief breathing spell, though the bride be charming. Book 30. Beowulf narrates his adventures to Hygelac. It well may discomfit the prince of the Heathobards, and each of the thanemen of earls that attend him, when he goes to the building escorting the woman, that a noble-born Daneman the knights should be feasting. There gleam on his person the leavings of elders, hard and ring-bright, Heathobards' treasure, while they wielded their arms, till they misled to the battle their own dear lives and beloved companions. He saith at the banquet who the collar beholdeth, an ancient ash warrior who earlmen's destruction clearly recalleth. Cruel his spirit, sadly beginneth sounding the youthful thane-champion's spirit through the thoughts of his bosom, war-grief to waken, and this word answer speaketh. Art thou able, my friend, to know when thou seest it, the brand which thy father bare to the conflict in his latest adventure? Neath visor of helmet, the dearly loved iron, where Danemen did slay him, and brave-mooded Scyldings on the fall of the heroes, when vengeance was sleeping, the slaughter place wielded. E'en now some man of the murderer's progeny, exulting in ornaments, enters the building, boasts of his bloodshedding, oft beareth the jewel which thou shouldst wholly hold in possession. So he urgeth and mindeth on every occasion with woe-bringing words, till waxeth the season when the woman's thane for the works of his father, the bill having bitten, blood-gory sleepeth, fated to perish, the other one thenceward scapeth alive, the land knoweth thoroughly. Then the oaths of the earlmen on each side are broken, when rancours unresting are raging in Ingold, and his wife-love waxeth less warm after sorrow. So the Heathobards' favour not faithful I reckon, their part in the treaty not true to the Danemen, their friendship not fast. I further shall tell thee more about Grendel, that thou fully mayst hear, ornament giver, what afterward came from the hand-rush of heroes. When heaven's bright jewel o'er the earth fields had glided, the stranger came raging, the horrible night fiend, us for to visit. Where wholly unarmed the hall we were guarding, to Honcio happened a hopeless contention. Death to the doomed one, dead he fell foremost. Girded war-champion, to him Grendel became then, to the vassal distinguished, a tooth-weaponed murderer. The well-beloved henchman's body all swallowed, not the earlier off empty of hand did the bloody-toothed murderer, mindful of evils, wish to escape from the gold-giver's palace, but sturdy of strength he strove to outdo me, hand-ready grappled. A glove was suspended, spacious and wondrous, in art fetters fastened, which was fashioned entirely by touch of the craftsman from the dragon's skin by the devil's devices. He down in its depths would do me unsadly, one among many, deed-doer raging. Though sinless he saw me, not so could it happen when I in my anger upright did stand. 'Tis too long to recount how requital I furnished for every evil to the earlman's destroyer. 'Twas there, my prince, that I proudly distinguished thy land with my labours. He left and retreated, he lived his life a little while longer. Yet his right hand guarded his footstep in Heorot, and sad-mooded thence to the sea-bottom fell he, mournful in mind. For the might-rush of battle the friend of the Scyldings, with gold that was plated, with ornaments many, much requited me. When daylight had dawned, and down to the banquet we had sat us together, there was chanting and joyance. The age-stricken Scylding asked many questions, and of old times related. Oft light-ringing harp-strings, joy-telling wood, were touched by the brave one. Now he uttered measures, morning and truthful. Then the large-hearted Land King a legend of wonder truthfully told us. Now troubled with years, the age-hoary warrior afterward began to mourn for the might that marked him in youth days. His breast within boiled, when burdened with winters much he remembered. From morning till night then we joyed us therein, as etiquette suffered, till the second night season came unto earth folk. Then early thereafter the mother of Grendel was ready for vengeance. Wretched she journeyed, her son had death ravished the wrath of the Geatmen. The horrible woman avenged her offspring, and with mighty main strength murdered a hero. There the spirit of Aesir, aged adviser, was ready to vanquish, nor when morn had lightened were they anywise suffered to consume him with fire, folk of the Danemen, the death-weakened hero, nor the beloved liegeman to lay on the pyre. She the corpse had off-carried in the clutch of the foeman 'neath mountain brook's flood. To Hrothgar was saddest of pains that ever had preyed on the chieftain. By the life of thee the land prince then me besought very sadly, in sea currents' eddies, to display my prowess, to peril my safety, might deeds accomplish. Much did he promise. I found then the famous flood current's cruel, horrible depth warder. A while unto us 2 hand was in common. The currents were seething with gore that was clotted, and Grendel's fierce mother's head I have hacked in the hall at the bottom with huge reaching sword edge. Hardly I wrested my life from her clutches. Not doomed was I then, but the warden of Earlman afterward gave me jewels in quantity, kinsman of Halfdene.